Morning folks, it's Good Friday. I finished work yesterday, so I've got the next 4 days off, like most of us have. And I'm looking forward to a great weekend of boxing. We've got fights on, a lot of good fights on I'm looking forward to, really looking forward to. So I will be posting videos reviewing all of those fights. But I'm talking to you today, as I'm sure you all know, the past couple of days, the British Boxing Board of Control and UKAD have successfully appealed their decision to basically ban Conor Benn, I suppose, from fighting in the UK. They want Ben, from what I understand, it's all a bit murky. Again, the whole fucking thing's murky, and there's so much going on, and you know, I keep reading different reports, and they all say the similar, same sort of thing. I saw the Daily Mail one. I've seen a couple of G-Man did a video on it, and Joe Stunner Boxing did another one, and I just thought I'd weigh in on it. Firstly, I think Conor Benn has behaved pretty terribly throughout the whole thing. He's not made himself look good, let's put it that way. To me, and to many others, he's come across as a very entitled, spoilt brat. Very obnoxious. You know, he's never really satisfactorily explained why, not to please me anyway, and who am I? I'm just a boxing fan. I'm just a massive fan of this sport, and I want what's right to happen. I want justice and things like that. So who the fuck am I? Who cares about my opinion, right? And you know, we all have our own views on it. This is just my views. And to me, he's not satisfactorily explained how clomiphene ended up in his system. You know, why he failed at drugs. I know there's all this stuff about eggs, and it's an endless joke. All the eggs, he reckoned it was used in eggs. Apparently clomiphene is used in eggs, parts of Europe and America and places like that. But it's not really a satisfactory argument, in my opinion, and from lots of other people's opinion as well. I've done a little bit of research on it. Yeah, I've just found him, since it all broke, I watched the Piers Morgan interview last year, and that was a fucking dumpster fire, as the Americans would say. He made himself look ridiculous. In recent months, he started playing the mental health card, and I knew that one was coming. Because if in doubt these days, if anybody gets caught out doing horrible shit or acting like a fucking prick, they pull the mental health card. And it's not just in boxing, it's in life. We've all been around. Mental health's very important. I've been through depression over the years, as many other people have. Lots of people suffer with mental health, but they don't go around acting like a prick and breaking the law and taking drugs or whatever. You know, to me, that's not much of an excuse, and I don't like it. And people use it as an excuse for bad behaviour. You know. Anyway, that's another topic entirely. He's been using the mental health one recently. But all along he's claimed he's got a series of scientists and experts in his corner that can explain how this stuff ended up in his system without his knowledge. And he's got this 200-page dossier or something that proves his innocence. But he doesn't show it to anybody. This has been going on since the end of 2022 when he popped before the proposed Eubank Jr. fight, which wasn't a fight I was particularly looking forward to anyway. I just thought the pair of them were exploiting their father's names and their father's historic rivalry, British rivalry, to put a few quid in their pocket. Hey, I'm not mad at it, you know, but I just wasn't really interested in the fight. To me, I didn't really see the point in it. But that's just me, and lots of other people thought that as well. I was intrigued by it. I was weirdly intrigued by to see what would happen, but overall, I wasn't overly interested. You know, it wasn't a fight I wanted to see for either of them. And yeah, I don't know. And I'm kind of sick of the whole thing, really, because it just keeps popping its head up. Nothing goes anywhere. Nobody gains any ground. Nobody looks good. I'm not the biggest fan of the British Boxing Board of Control sometimes, but I think they were right in this case. You know, he tested positive for a banned substance. You know, he should have stood before the board, presented his case, and then taken his fucking ban or his punishment, whatever it was, on the fucking chin like a big boy, instead of crying and whining in the media, acting like an entitled fucking brat, because that's what he comes across as to me. You know, I can't stand listening to him interview. I don't watch his interviews anymore because I can't stand listening to him, because he just sounds like an angry child who's been told off by his dad, and he stamps his feet and cries and shouts. Eddie Hearn didn't help the situation, in my opinion. You know, he should have told him to shut the fuck up, keep his mouth shut, keep his head down, and just wait this thing out and do what he needs to do. But he hasn't. What was it? He went on the Piers Morgan, as I said, and he said, "Oh, the British Boxing Board of Control can do one." Well, again, what does that prove? What does that help? That doesn't do anything. It just makes you look like a fucking idiot. They can do one. They can do one. You know, he needs someone like his dad, Eddie Hearn, or somebody to sit him down and say, "Look, mate, you know, you're coming across as an obnoxious prick here. You know, you need to do the right thing." And he's not the only drug cheat out there, or person who's been caught, who's been testing positive for stuff. I don't like drug cheats, but they're fucking everywhere in all sports. More so, and because I follow boxing more than anything else, it's there all the fucking time. And I just don't. Get back to this dossier, all this paperwork, all this evidence, mountains of evidence he's got that he's innocent. Well, show it to someone then. Instead of telling everyone you've got it and acting like a prick and being like a spoilt child about it, show it to them. And if it's real and if it's concrete, then fair enough. You can walk away and you can resume your career in this country. Because let's face it, they keep on. Oh, yeah, he can fight. He's fought his last 2 fights in the United States. No one gives a fuck about him in the United States. Not a lot of people here give a fuck about him, to be honest. Obviously, some people do. He has some fans. But overall, on the big scheme of things, no one gives a shit about Conor Benn. Oh, that's Nigel Benn's kid, is what I hear from people. It's Nigel Benn's kid. Oh, yeah, how's that Nigel Benn's kid getting on? They don't even know his fucking first name. I mean, that's just a couple of examples. I mean, that's extreme. That's just people in my circle of casual fans or non-fans or fans, you know, that I associate with. And he's not, to me, he's not been that impressive. And you know, he this is away from the drug side of it. He's not likable to me. He's not likable. There's nothing likable about the guy. And he might have some talent. You know, he's not horrible. He's not a horrible boxer. He's not the worst boxer I've ever seen. There's some potential there. There's a lot of room for improvement. He needs to grow. But I think, he calls out people like Manny Pacquiao and Kell Brook. Manny Pacquiao, he's like 45, 46 years old. He hasn't fought professionally since he lost to Ugas, nearly 5 years ago. Kell Brook hasn't been in the ring for over 2 years. Both way past their best. Why do you want to fight guys like that? I mean, he's already beaten Algieri and Van Heerden. Both past their best. Yes, Algieri is former world champion. Past his best by the time Ben got hold of him. Doesn't prove anything. You know, he should be fighting or trying to fight people like Boots Ennis. I'm not suggesting he deserves a world title shot. This is another part. He doesn't, in my opinion, deserve a world title shot. He's not proved himself. I mean, his last opponent was a step in the right direction. But, you know, he should be targeting the Crawfords of the world. You know, decent welterweights, like middleweight, welterweight to light middleweight. You know, he should be targeting them guys. Tim Tszyu. So, people he should be calling these guys' names out. But all I hear is him calling out the Pacquiaos of the world and the Brooks. And I think Khan was even brought up at one point. Again, well past his best. You know, what would it prove beating those guys? Nothing. To me, it proves nothing. So I'm kind of sick of the whole thing, really. I just want it just to move on and be over with. I mean, this has been going on for 18 months. It just do the right thing. Go before the board. If you get a ban, serve it. They'll probably backdate it because he's been, he's not fought in the British ring for a couple of years, 18 months or so. They'll probably backdate it and move on with your career, and we can all move on with our lives and then see how you get on and see how it goes. That's all I've got to say on it, really. I haven't got. This has all been said. I've mentioned this before in previous videos from at the time, and I'm just kind of bored with it. It's boring, But anyway, forget about that shit. At least we've got a fucking good, good weekend of boxing this week. I mean, we've got some tonight, early hours of tomorrow morning. We've got the Kostuzu, fucking hell, that's his old man. Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora fight with Romero Cruz on the undercard. Really looking forward to that one. And then of course we've got the British card on Sunday evening. Fabio Wardley, Fraser Clark. I'm pretty intrigued by that. I'll probably pick in Wardley in that one, but it'd be interesting to see what happens. So no, that's just my mild thought. I've talked about it before, the whole Conor Benn thing before. You know, I'm just not. I'm a bit fed up with it really. But as we all are, we're all sick of it. We just want it to kind of end. You know, go before the board, present your evidence, this concrete evidence you reckon you've got, and then we can move on. Either take a ban or it gets dropped and move on, and then we can all live our lives and be happier people. But there you go. That's just what I've got to say. I apologise for looking worn out. I've finished the night shift. It's, what time is it now? It's coming up for 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm very, very tired. I've not been sleeping very well the past few days. I don't sleep well anyway. This is why I make these videos, you know, especially at the weekends, because it just makes me feel better. So I hope you're all doing well. I'll be doing a few more videos over the next couple of days, reviewing the boxing action we've got coming up. Hope you have a good Easter. If you celebrate it, if you celebrate Easter, enjoy it. If you don't, not particularly interested in Easter, enjoy a few days off work. Have a good time, folks. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.